Welcome back. It is your favorite time of the week. It is Magpie Talkback Radio. Just after an incredibly close, but then we sort of won by 6-goal win against St Kilda. You guys called up, let in your. You all called up, left your thoughts about the game, and we're just going to get straight into it. With Lily. Lily, you're the first one.
Jamie Elliott. Period.
Oh, we got a double. There was a double period in there. I remember Lily from that one. Oh, what game was it? I think it might have been when Jamie kicked 6. It might have been the Freo. It might have been the Freo game. But Jamie Elliott. Period. I love it. I love it. Always brings a smile to my face. Thank you, Lily. Pasindu.
Hey, Swoop.
Hey, mate.
How are we?
Good, brother.
Mate, good win at the end. Oh, mate, Darcy Cameron 2, Brownlow votes for me. Everyone's playing well. Like, the first quarter especially, we were so efficient.
Yep.
Yeah, look, good win. We have West Coast next week.
That's
Even
it, mate.
better. Hopefully, what's his name? McCreary is fine with hamstring awareness. Yeah, apart from that, good win at the end. Yeah, good win. Off to West Coast next week.
That's
Same
it.
ground, Marvel Stadium. Catch you later, Soup. Go Pie.
That's it. Go Pies. Basindu, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, there hasn't been any news around Bo McCreary. It's usually on Mondays the the injury report comes out, but I haven't seen it just yet. It could come out while I am recording this, so hopefully it's only a couple of weeks that he'll be out for. But we got some good talent down in the VFL that could come up. You know, we're looking at Charlie West and all this sort of stuff. All right, up next we've got Most Grossest. All right, Most Grossest. Here we go.
Hey, Swoop, just want to say you look really, really good tonight, and I hope you and your dad had a great day out. Peace.
Thank you. So that's in relation to me and Dad being invited to the Woodsman. If you haven't seen my story about that, go check out my previous video when I review the game. I talk about being invited to the Woodsman Club, and I was a guest speaker, so I'll put that speech up as well. It wasn't a speech; it was an interview. But it was absolutely fantastic. So again, love goes out to the Woodsman, and thank you, Most Grossest. I wish I knew your actual name. But all right, now one of our favorites, Kia ora, the other hyphen.
Yo, it's your man, Mr. Hyphen. I need to give me a long sleeve Guernsey so I can be like the real Hyphen.
Yes.
Tight game, really tight game.
Yep.
No song intro this time because I actually just wanted to talk a little bit because it's been a while because of the bye round.
Yeah,
Man, Darcy Cameron is an actual animal.
Mhm.
He's a beast. Good to see Membry kick a couple. Good to see Jamie sneak a couple.
Yep.
So many good things. I felt like Nick negated the tag really well. Evaded the tag, should I say, as opposed to negated. Gutsy win though.
It was.
Regardless, I think at points I felt like it was at risk, but we know what we do, right?
Exactly right.
And we got that done. Man, great game. Off that, how good was it watching Carlton lose to North?
Well, mate, I reckon you've got something on in the background that's about that.
I shouldn't be so jovial about that, but I am. Anyway, back to us. Good way to come back from the bye round.
It was, mate.
Get a dub on the board. Bo was looking great till he went off.
I know.
Just feels good.
What a spew.
Feels good. Lid is lifting.
That's it, brother.
Whoa.
So you probably would have just seen me trying to focus on something in that. So I probably looked a little bit spaced out. But I think in the background of the other hyphens voicemail, I reckon he was listening to the Blue Abroad fan cams. That's what it sounded like to me. I heard a bit of Kangas in there. So that's what it sounded like to me. Mate, thank you for calling in. You're right. Bo was looking great until he went off. Hoping it's just a couple of weeks off. All right. Cooper L. Cooper. First time.
Carlton lose. Collingwood win. I'm going to bed a happy man. I'm so happy. Love you, Swoop.
Love you, mate. That's hey, I've never felt more like singing the blues. Collingwood win, Carlton lose. Gary, my boy, Gary.
Hey, Sweet. Yeah, great win. Great win for the Pies.
Yeah, mate.
6 wins in a row and 6 points in front on top of the ladder.
Yep.
And also, Nick Daicos, God mate, 30 disposals, 1 fantastic, freakish goal, I should say.
It was.
I'm like, when I was watching that, I was like, how the hell did he get that in? What a goal. That has to be, might be goal of the year.
Interesting.
Hope so.
Big
But
call.
yeah, we are looking so good this year. Like, we are, I know it's too hard to tell. We've got a few rounds,
Yeah.
but we're looking like, it looks like 2023 all over
I
again.
feel you,
But
mate. I feel
way
you.
better. Way better. And also, I want to add,
Tell me.
what about in the VFL? We won by 3 points. Charlie West booted 6 goals
Yes.
and kicked on the final siren.
Yes.
Just like what Jamie Elliott did to Essendon.
Yes.
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, I think it was.
So long ago.
So yeah, what a performance. I can't believe it in the VFL. I think all Collingwood and the Codes won this week.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. So I'll see you next time on the radio. All right, see you soon. Go Pies.
Go Pies. Thank you, Gary. Great shout out to Charlie West. 6 goals, and one of his goals was a kick after the siren to win us the game. As a 19-year-old, that is absolutely incredible. We talked a little bit about it earlier, about him potentially debut, or not potentially, he's definitely going to debut against West Coast, right? It should be an absolute no-brainer. So I'm very, very, very excited for that. Gary, thank you so much for calling in, mate. That Nick Daicos is a really big call to win goal of the year. I don't reckon it was a very good goal, and I think it was a very good goal in the context of what was happening with the tag and how it just sort of floated through. That's a big goal, Gary. That's an absolutely big goal. All right, Ben, but this is a different Ben. Second Ben.
Swoopy, mate. First of all, lovely to meet you at the gym. Top bloke.
Oh, Ben!
Second of all, what a fucking amazing win. I remember you saying get smashed at the pub where we win, and that's exactly what's fucking happened, mate. So, class win from the Pies. Took a bit to get into it, but overall, what a great win by the boys. Could have won by a bit more, but no matter what, we get the 4 points. That's all that matters. So, go Pies, and let's fucking thrash the Eagles next week.
Mate, Ben, my boy Ben. So little backstory with Ben. So I was at my local gym in Brunswick, and Ben came up to say hi, introduce himself, and how he introduced himself was he was actually the 200th caller into this show. Like how incredible is that? And we go to the same gym, which is just such a small world, such an absolutely small world. So I'm glad we got the win. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself at the pub. I know as I get smashed. Hope you did it all responsibly. But Ben, I'll see you at the gym at the next time, mate. And yeah, I hope we absolutely pants the Eagles. All right. I can see that we've got an anonymous caller. Interesting. Always interesting, anonymous. Always interesting.
Look, Swoop, this might be a bit arrogant, but I was asked today how did Collingwood win the premiership, and I had a pretty good answer to it, and it was any fucking way that we won. That's just how we are at the moment.
Yeah.
We're doing this without our match winner, Daicos.
Yep.
Our heart and soul, Braden Maynard.
Yeah.
Best pressure player, Lockie Schultz.
Yep.
What's going to happen when we bring those boys back into the 22? It's looking very good.
Mate, I try and be as humble as I can, right? But slowly, the lid starts peeling off, and you're absolutely right. What happens when those 3 players, Maynard, Daicos, and Schultz, we know Maynard's going to play this week against West Coast, but Schultz and Daicos, they're automatic walk-ups to the best 23. Lockie Schultz is still one of the best rated or highest rated pressure players in the game, and he's been out for a bunch of weeks. He's probably been out for in total maybe 6 or 7 weeks, I want to say, with all those injuries. So absolute, just that's a great call, and we're going to win it any way we absolutely want to. I Ayan, I hope I pronounced that. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I am.
Hi, Swoop. I just wanted to say that I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
I've been watching your videos since 2022 when Collingwood went on that run of 10 games where we were winning by like a goal or less.
Yeah. Oh,
and
God.
ever since then, I've been watching your videos religiously. I especially like your previews where you dissect
Thank you.
the game and also your post-match analysis. So I think that what you're doing is incredible and really great. To speak on the Collingwood win against St Kilda, I'm so glad that we won, because you never know with Collingwood sometimes. With back off the back of a bye, we can either drop our
That's what I've
form
been saying.
or it's business as usual. So I'm glad we won this one. I do have to say that the anxiety is always there with Collingwood.
Yeah.
Like, you never know, like an easy game against, for example, North Melbourne, where you think, okay, we're going to win this convincingly.
Yeah.
You never know. So yeah, so I'm a bit worried about games against Adelaide Crows or Brisbane Lions later on in the season.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate the fact that we're doing so well and in a position to manage our list. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
That's it.
Thanks for listening.
No, thank you for calling in. I really appreciate the love and support. And that unlocked, I forgot, like I knew we were winning close games and stuff, but I forgot we went on like nearly a dozen game winning streak of under, a goal or less or whatever it was. That was, what a wild time to be alive. That was absolutely nuts. That was absolutely nuts. And it's like, that's 3 years ago. It's so different now. And that it's just incredible the difference that, a few years can make. But I loved when you said, or when you talked about the anxiety, because, with Collingwood, and I say this all the time on like footy abroad and stuff like this, we should be absolutely smashing these teams, right? West Coast, with how they're playing, we should be winning by 60, 70 points. St Kilda, we should have won by 50. You know what I mean? But there's something about Collingwood where we could be flying on top of the ladder like we are now, and you go to these lower teams and you're still going, okay, we know they're going to play their grand final against us. We know it's going to be a little bit tense and a little bit weird, and they're going to throw everything at us. How do we sort of overcome that and go on and win the game by heaps? And we never start super strong, so I'm all with you with the anxiety and stuff. I get it as well. And I know that when I do my preview this week and I say something like, oh, we should win by 70 points, I'll get to the game and be like, you know what? We're probably going to win by bloody 20 points, because that's what's that's just what happens. That's what happens as a Collingwood supporter. Thank you so much for calling in. JVT, welcome.
G'day, Swoop.
Hey, mate.
JVT from New York here, mate.
Yes.
Another good win banked.
Yep.
Defenders were enormous, I thought.
Yep.
Darcy Moore, etc.
Yeah, yep.
They were bloody great. Unsung hero, Pat Lipinski, great player.
Yes.
Go the Pies.
That's it. Pat Lipinski, Pat Lipinski, Pat Lipinski. We should be singing his praises. I'm actually going to do a video soon about maybe like the top 5 underrated players so far this season. Lipinski is definitely one of them. I keep harping on about this, and it's really thanks to Pommy and Oz's stat finding that he is the second best disposal to score, has a second best disposal to score ratio or something along those wording in the AFL, and that is absolutely phenomenal. So JVT, thank you so much for shouting him out. Ben.
Yo, Swoop.
Kia ora, Ben.
How you going, brother?
Good, mate.
Bit under the weather today.
Yeah, you sound
Not feeling the best, but
hope you get better, mate.
good for the boys to have a win last night.
Yep.
I was watching the game, and it was the first time watching a Collingwood game in many years that I didn't feel worried.
Interesting.
I didn't feel worried about the game.
Okay.
It's a strange feeling because I always have this nervousness, like,
And like I was just saying,
team's going to make a comeback, and we have to miraculously get the margin back down and win the game by a small margin. But no, it was like,
it's really
I
interesting.
felt confident we got this in the bag. So
Wow.
when St Kilda were coming back, it was like, yeah, man, like we got this.
Okay.
Like, we totally got this. And ran away with it in the end, but Saints showed some fight. Just a fantastic win.
It was.
Like, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say, bro.
It was, mate. It was.
I'm grateful to be a Collingwood supporter. I'll say that.
We all are, bud. Love that.
So, go Pies, baby.
Go Pies, baby. Ben, I hope you get better, mate. That sounds like a nasty cold or flu. Hope you get better. But yeah, that's interesting that you say you were confident. Because like I was telling Ayan, sorry, I'll learn how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. It was even I went into that game. I think I said in my preview we'd win by 60, and I went into that game and I was like, we might only win by a couple of goals. So it's just funny how like our brains sort of work, and you felt anxiety this whole time watching all these Collingwood games, and then this one you sort of sit back and I was the opposite, and it's just wild. The human mind is absolutely wild. But we got the win. We move on to the Eagles. All right, Steve.
Oh, Nick Daicos, bro. Oh my God. This guy, bro, I swear, he's him. He's actually him.
He
Like
is.
everyone was talking about Winhager about being on Bontempelli last week.
Yep.
Obviously he did a pretty good job on Bontempelli,
Yeah,
but
he did. He did.
Daicos has gone to a different level with breaking the tag.
Yep.
So that's very big credit to him.
Yep.
Um,
Agreed.
especially the banter he's copped about not getting a hard ball.
Oh
Half of
man.
his disposals were contested
Contest
possessions.
possessions. I know.
So
I know.
I don't know what people think, but it's because he plays for Collingwood. And I will say one thing:
Yep.
if he played for like let's say North Melbourne or Hawthorn or this and that, fucking people would be glazing him. They'll be saying, "Oh my God,
100%.
he's the best player to ever played the game so far," and "Oh my God, he's the best."
Dude.
So it's just categorization is just crazy, man.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself. I've been crashing out this week since that game. Just all about what happened, all about just these opposition supporters and the Winhager tag, and Nick getting a couple of free kicks and all this stuff. He is the best player in the game, at least top 3 best player in the game, and he's only 22. But you're right. If he's doing this for a team like Geelong or Brisbane or anyone, like any of the 17 other teams, no one says anything. No one says anything. It's the tall poppy syndrome and it's the Collingwood syndrome that he, because he plays for the Pies. I'm so frustrated, man. Can you tell? I am so bloody frustrated. All right. So we are ending this Magpie Talkback with an anonymous call. So this could go either way. Let's see how we go. Final call.
Hey, Swoop, just want to hear your opinion on Dan Houston. Had 9 touches last night.
Yes. Yep.
Not much impact.
Yep.
I think we failed to use him as a team. I think he should be the number 1 option kicking from half-back.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Daicos is there. Very good kicker. Racks the ball up, but I think Dan Houston's a top 5 kicker in the competition, and we saw it at Port Adelaide, and I don't think we use him well. I just want to hear your opinion on Dan Houston and his role at Collingwood.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, mate. You hit the nail on the head. And I was thinking about this the other day. I wanted to talk about it in Swoop standouts, but couldn't get around to it because I wasn't feeling too good mentally last night. But so 9 disposals. I remember when Houston came to the club, and I was like, man, we're gonna have like another Nick Daicos off the half back line, and I think it's hard because he's obviously playing a very different role to what he was playing in Port Adelaide, with Josh Daicos probably playing the role that Dan Houston played at Port Adelaide. So it's a little bit different now. He's having to defend a little bit more. But you're right. Houston is one of the best kicks, especially coming out of the half back line. And we've seen it a lot of times where at Port he'd push up the ground and get a goal and sort of that. And he is trailing up the ground a little bit. Like, is it time, like with Braden Mano coming back against the Eagles, would you just try something a little bit different and maybe, I don't know, chuck Houston on a wing or chuck him into the center for like a little bit, or put Josh Daicos back onto the wing and have Houston into Josh Daicos's attacking role, because you've got Perryman to sort of look around the back for you. So it is a very interesting one. what I'd be interested in is for journalists when Craig McRae gets his presser at training, whenever it is, Tuesday or Thursday or whatever, to be asked that question, like what's happening with Dan Houston, how we try, like there's internal measurements that they're doing, and they reckon he must be doing a good job or something. I'd love to know that, but yeah, we just need to see him a little bit. I want to see a more offensive Dan Houston, and I want to see those 50-meter pinpoint passes. We've seen a couple of them. We just need to see it more. And to have a team that's going so well without Dan Houston even firing, that's insane. Like, that's so good. Imagine when he is firing, we are going to be unstoppable. But everyone, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It's just like it's a community. It's a family. I'm getting to know every single one of you. I love you all. Until next week, this has been your DJ Swoopy Swoop. This has been Magpie Talkback Radio. Love ya. Swoop you later.